Welcome back to Morocco. We're going to continue our game of civilization. We've got a couple units moving around, engaged in some battles against barbarians and exploration. We'll take a look back here at Marrakesh real quick. Marrakesh is working on a settler. It'll take them 9 turns to build the settler. They're not going to grow while they're doing that, which is the trade-off. All those new citizens are getting ready to leave for our second city, so they're not staying in Marrakesh. There is a barbarian encampment over here that's way too close to Marrakesh for comfort. So these archers are going to come down over here and start trying to kill these barbarians. These archers are over here near El Dorado. And I want to build a city in El Dorado, so I want to keep exploring around El Dorado. Okay, so there's a Greek city here, Sparta, which I think is Greece's second or third city. There's also, go back up here, there's also a barbarian camp, which is probably why Greece has not claimed the area around El Dorado. So we're going to probably have to take care of these barbarians and get our settlers over here and claim this territory if we can. These units over here are fighting this guy as they're marching south to take out this barbarian camp. So that's where we're at with all our troops. Our archers are going to fire. Okay, they have a promotion. We want them to get the rough terrain because our enemies are in rough terrain, and rough terrain gives you bonuses to defending, so that helps kind of cancel it out. That's the one I usually go for. But if you were playing on like a wide open plain, didn't have a bunch of hills, you might choose the other one. But for us, I think that's going to be best. So we're going to fire at these guys. There we go. And then our warriors should be able to finish off the barbarians. We're also working towards our pantheon belief, which should take 25 faith, and so it should be in just a couple turns. And we're going for desert folklore because of the large amount of deserts around us. So we get a policy. We should probably choose one of the tradition policies. So we could get better at building wonders, and also get happiness. We could get garrison units, provide additional city strength. Our capital could grow faster, but right now we're building a settler, so growing faster can't happen. So that really wouldn't do very much with us. So I think we're going to take monarchy. It gives us some extra gold, gives us some extra happiness. All of those are good things. So let's establish the monarchy in Morocco. Okay, so that didn't, there we go. So you see we got an additional 2 gold, and we got extra happiness as well. Happiness helps you get golden ages, which is when you're in a golden age, everything your city produces is better. You get more money, you get more, here, move that troop down there, more money, more science, more everything. So it's really beneficial to get. These guys are going to shoot at these barbarians. Process that turn. Okay, so these workers have finished building the first plantation. So you see we got more happiness from that. So now we have to decide what we're going to build next. If we build a pasture over here by the horses, we'll get extra production. This will give us... you can only get the happiness once from a resource, so it wouldn't give us any extra happiness. I think we're going to get the horses. They're saying go up here and build this pasture. I don't know why I would move all the way up there and go for that particular group of forces, rather than this group of forces. But this one's right here, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a pasture. These guys are going to shoot them right in the face. These warriors are going to come down here. They're not fully healed up, but by the time they get down here, they should be able to help out. Again, we're going to shoot these archers. So we're killing these barbarians. We're clearing out the land for our civilization. And we're going to be getting culture and gold and reaping a lot of experience. We're going to be getting a lot of benefits for doing this. In addition, barbarians will attack you and destroy you. So it's not like if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone.
But not its mineral rights.
With barbarians, there really is only one option, and that's to fight them. So they spawned another unit, which we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to shoot him. And then our warrior. I think I've talked a few times that I don't want to get my archers next to a melee unit because they can just really devastate you. As you can see here, we're going to take very, very little damage for fighting these archers, but we're going to completely slaughter them, and that's what we're going to do. So they get to fire once at us, and then we get to crack their skulls open with our axes, which is a pretty good trade-off. So that's why, like here, you'll see I'm not right next to these brutes, because they could do the same thing to me that we just did down here. But I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to stand back and shoot them with my bows. We get to choose... Oh, okay. So they spawned another unit, which is a ship. The ship can't really hurt us, so I'm going to ignore it for now. Once we kill these archers, if the boat is still around, I'll kill the boat because I'll still get experience and culture for killing it. But it's not a direct threat to me right now. So we have to choose what we want to research. I'll open up the technology tree so you can kind of see our choices. So we have all 4 of the base technologies. So if our civilization is a table, it has 4 legs and is pretty stable. But we want to start building better things on it. Probably the best thing to get is, well, these are all good. Sailing, though, won't help us because we're not near the ocean. Writing will give us a library, which will help us get even more science, which I think is what we're going to do. Masonry and bronze working would also be very nice. Masonry for building walls, and bronze working because it would reveal where iron is on the map. But I want writing so that we can build libraries and start getting other technologies even faster. It also would let us build the Great Library, but I don't think that we can reasonably expect to get the Great Library. It's one of the best wonders in the game, and everyone tries to get it. So what happens is if you don't make a huge commitment to going for writing as soon as you can, and then build the Great Library, you'll start working on it, and then when you're like halfway through, or 3/4 of the way through, someone else will build it, and you will lose all of that time and production. You'll get a little bit of gold for it, but it's not worth it. You would never be happy that that's what happened. I've had people who are building wonders that someone else is building, and they'll be 1 or 2 turns away, and the other person will build it, and it is a disaster when that happens. Okay, so this archer, how I was saying we don't want to move next to the military unit. They're almost dead. I don't want to shoot these guys and then leave that encampment open for someone else to come and get. So we're going to take a little bit of a chance, and we're going to move a little bit closer to them, but then we're going to shoot them and almost... it would suck to clear the encampment out and then have like a Greek soldier walk in there and get the gold for clearing out the encampment without having to actually fight the barbarians in it. I would not be happy if that happened. So we'll keep shooting this barbarian over here. We got a pantheon. So religion in Civilization 5 lets you kind of start customizing your civilization to your goals, how you want to win, and also to really take advantage of the type of land you're on. You can see there are all different kinds of choices you can make. What I've really been wanting to go for is the desert folklore, because you get pastures. I also talked about, you get faith from desert tiles. I also talked about God of the Open Sky, because you get culture from pastures. So if you have a lot of horses and cattle and sheep and such, it can be really good. If you're on the ocean, God of the Sea is very good. There aren't really too many bad choices. We could also get Goddess of Festivals, which gives culture and faith for each wine and incense. And our capital does have 2 incense, so we would get +2 culture and +2 gold. So that's not bad. But if we get the desert folklore, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, there's so many more desert tiles. So I think in the long run, desert folklore is going to be very good for us. So we're going to take that. And as you can see, we went from getting 1 faith a turn to getting 5 faith a turn. So we got 4 extra faith a turn for that, which is almost the equivalent of having built Stonehenge, to give you kind of a perspective of how much that helps us. We basically got a 80% of a wonder of the world right now, which is pretty good. That's just going to help us accelerate our faith towards building missionaries, a great prophet to enhance our religion further, building, which will let us found an actual religion. So we hope, and religions, every religion in the world of Civilization 5 is unique. No 2 religions share the same beliefs or advantages. So getting there first lets you take your pick of what you want. Everyone who comes after you has to pick from what you didn't want. That's not always such a bad thing, because not everyone is trying to win the game in the same way. Some people want money, some people want culture, some people want science. So if you're trying to get, for example, culture, and someone found a religion ahead of you who wants science, and they pick all the science fruits or beliefs out and leave you behind all the culture ones, that's not so bad. But if someone else you're going for culture, right? And someone else is also going for culture, and they get there first, they're going to pick the best ones and leave you with the second best stuff. So religion, in my opinion, it's worth going for to get those benefits and be able to choose what you want without having to pick over someone else's scraps. I don't want to fight him yet. I don't think it's... we would be reduced down really pretty far down, and then if they spawn another unit, it wouldn't be good for us. So we're going to fortify. These archers will hit them one more time, and then we'll probably attack them and finish them off. Our settler will be done in 5 turns, which probably will be where we end the video, because I want some input, if anyone cares to give it, as to where to build my second city. If I build it over here, well, we'll talk about that. We've got 2 choices. We've got these diamond mines over here, or we have the city of El Dorado. And both have lots of advantages and disadvantages. So we're just going to keep clearing out these barbarians. And shoot him. Okay, so the encampment is empty, so next turn we'll walk into it and get the benefit from it. Oh, it's also... I don't know if you saw that where it said city-state quest. So there's a city-state that wants us to wipe them out because they're feeling threatened by them just like we are. And they will become friends with us if we do that for them. That was something we were going to do anyway. It just makes it extra incentive to do what they want. And city-states, when they're friends or allies with you, you can move through their territory. They'll give you extra whatever it is the state produces. So extra food or faith or money. So being friends with people is good. You can also choose to go the other route and just conquer them. Or you can just leave them alone and trade with them. I mean, the city-states are... they're not terribly strong, but they're not exactly weak either. The main difference is that they're not trying to win the game. All the other civilizations are, but city-states are just trying to exist basically the best they can, and are kind of pawns of all the great powers of the world. So our warrior here is just going to move like up here to help explore a little bit. This archer can come over here to where El Dorado is. I'm pretty sure that we're going to wrap up. Yeah, we're going to walk right in there. Okay, so Ragusa wanted us to clear the encampment, which we did for them. We got 25 gold for clearing it out. And now, if we go down, there it is, there's Ragusa. You can see this little bar. This bar tells you if they're happy with you or not happy with you. When it's green, they're friendly with you. And when it's blue, they're allied with you. So Ragusa, we're friends with them. Which means... Let's click on Ragusa. So because we're friends with them, they are giving us 2 food per turn in our capital. And no food for any other cities that we have. When we're allies with them, I think the amount increases for our capital, and we also start getting a little bit in each of our cities. So that's a relationship that we'll probably want to try and foster over time. Let's move into that camp. Same thing, 25 gold. Very good. So you've noticed I've been building up some gold and I haven't been spending it. That's because I want to buy something that's very expensive. I want to buy another settler at some point. So one of those, because we have 2 city sites that I think are pretty good, and I want to claim them before someone else does. And that'll take about 500 gold. So I'm not spending any money right now. Okay, so our archer here can move around and explore. I'm going to send him north. I've got another guy coming up here to explore also. And he'll start filling out this area. I really want to know where the Greek capital is. We know their second city is here. And I also want to know, is it just Greece and I on this island? Or is there, a third civilization? When it's just 2 on an island, I don't want to say war is inevitable, but it's close neighbors make for fights and arguments in civilization. You all want the same land, there's not too many choices. If there's 3 or 4, you're still going to be a fight. But hopefully it won't be with you, because you will have either been strong enough to, persuade them that there are better pickings elsewhere. I'm going to move this archer up to here, just to this little black area up here. This unrevealed area is bothering me, so I want to reveal what's up there. I don't think there's really anything up there, but every time I look at it, it makes me kind of panic and think that I've missed something. So keep exploring here. Okay, there's Athens. Oh, and they've got another settler, so they're trying to make a third city. They may be coming down here for El Dorado, which may make the decision for us kind of irrelevant. I hope that they don't do that. I hope that they choose to settle like over in here, because there's citrus, there's dyes. This would make a decent city too. I hope they do that. I don't know if they will. We'll see if there's any way that we can kind of put our military around here and see if we can dissuade them from coming over here. So this guy, he can't go up where I told him to because there's a warrior in the way. But he can certainly come over here to where our worker is and guard our worker. And that settler is going to be done next turn. So that's probably where we're going to stop. And I'm going to leave you with sort of a question. Do you think that we should settle the city over here, where we're not likely to anger Greece? We get the extra diamonds. And this, I think at the very beginning I said, would be a great site for a city. And that's still true. There's also fish over here, which you could work. There might also be other fish or whales up here. Probably not whales, but maybe some fish. The other choices of where to build cities, over here, where we've been talking about a lot with El Dorado, if we can get it. It's close to Greece. They probably want it just as much as we do, and they won't be too happy when we take it. But, what I don't want to say what can they do about it, because what they can do is go to war with us. It'd probably take more than that, but it might set us down the slow but inevitable path towards war, which is something to consider. The other thing is we have our desert folklore. We could build a city over here, which has lots of desert for faith, some incense, but we already have incense. I think this would be our weakest choice for a city. Eventually we may build a city here. But I would say that El Dorado and the city on the coast with all the diamonds are equally good. So I'm kind of looking for some feedback on what you think I should do. And I'm going to leave it there for you. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in Morocco soon.